Hey, folks, this is Coach Roger coming to you live, and I appreciate all of you. You're going to ring the Victor Bell for being here and being amazing because you know who else is also amazing? My next guest. Let me tell you all about her. Her name is Katharina Spurling-Kaffl. She has gained extensive knowledge in a wide range of areas. She is an author and an international seminar leader and has professional experience in finance and event management. She taught seminars in Europe, South America, and the USA. Woo! Training participants to activate their self-healing powers. Katerina learned about the light life tools before she met Slim Sperling, and she was very impressed by their powerful applications. They got married in 2001, 2 years before I got married, and created many more light life tools. They are now applied on 6 continents to bring more harmony and reduce environmental pollution and the effects of EMF. So, without any further delay, let's invite the one, the only, the person who walked to school uphill in the snow, barefoot, both ways, Katharina Spurling-Kaffl. Hello, Katharina. How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you, Rasha, for having me here. It's
Thank you.
exciting.
And I want to thank everybody in the audience too, because when you're live, you thrive. And if you're watching this on the replay, you get to play again. You get 2 rings of the Victor Bell for being here and being amazing. So let's just dive right into the questions because we got some great things to ask you here today. So when I think about light life, I never heard of that before. So who discovered the light life tools?
The light life tools were discovered by my late husband, Slim Sperling,
Mm-hmm.
and he was a very amazing man. Some people say he was not from this world. So he was a self-taught herbalist, he was a blacksmith, he was definitely, he would call himself a metaphysician. So he was into
Ooh.
metaphysical um, applications. And Denver in the early 90s was
Yeah.
known for its brown cloud. And so he was looking for something to actually get rid of the brown cloud. He wanted to clean the air. He wanted to help people in the planet. And so you could say by chance, he came
Mm-hmm.
up with what we now call the light life ring. And this ring is based like this ring that I'm having here. And so wait a
Mm-hmm.
moment so the audience can see it better. This
Yeah.
is a ring that comes with 3 beads. And what's different about it's called a tensor field, what's inside the ring. And so our rings are basically twisted, so you have a right spin on both sides. When you take your wedding ring and you put a pendulum over it, and one direction goes to the left and the other one to the right. And
Mm-hmm.
so why this is important is because you want to have a positive effect. If I talk through the ring, you can even benefit when I point it at you. It's incredible what's happening. Yes, it's really, really mind-blowing. But the
That's
ring was
interesting.
just
Yeah.
the start. The ring was
Yeah.
the start.
But
And the ring,
I'm always curious about other methodologies for hearing that are the non-traditional, and especially something like this where a lot of people, if you've ever read someone like Joe Vitale's work, where he's talking about different frequencies and healing the
yeah,
modalities. Eastern medicine talks about the prime meridians that you have going through your body
yeah.
and how you can activate and everything from using acupuncture to tapping to breathing and binaural beats, and there's so much more to life that maybe we don't know. And so I'm always
Absolutely.
fascinated when I find something new like this. So,
Yeah,
so to continue on that, you know, um, so obviously, like you got married to Slim, and you got involved with the Light Life tools. So,
yeah.
how do people benefit from using these Light Life tools, and
So
how do they
what
use them?
like you're a lot on the computer. So we have
Mm-hmm.
the rings of different sizes. And
Ah.
so you would wear that on your
Yep.
left arm because when you are a lot on the computer, then
Uh-huh.
the red blood cells that are transporting your oxygen get agglutinated. So they stick
Yeah.
together. And
Mm-hmm.
so, and the ring helps to avoid that. So you still have energy at the end of the day, even you were doing your shows all day long, or you were
Mm-hmm.
interviewing people. And so, or what he created for air pollution is this harmonizer. And this one actually in silver plated.
Oh, it's so cute. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. This creates a toroidal light field. So it
Uh-huh.
comes as a pendant. So people, public speakers say when they wear it, they feel the audience gets better, understands them better. They come across better, and
Nice.
this one helps for air pollution, for EMF protection, and
Right.
so we
Mm-hmm.
have many different sizes. And so, like this is the largest one I can offer you right now.
Oh,
So
wow. Wow, that's awesome. That's industrial size. I love it.
yeah, so
Uh,
this is basically
Rusty's in the
and
audience.
and
Hi, Rusty. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
and
fantastic. So everybody in the audience right now, please tell us where you're from. If you've ever like worked with Katrina, and also just tell us right now if your mind is blown right now. Give us some thumbs up. Give us some hearts because you are amazing, and our goal is always to increase your impact. Improve your life with this show. And so we're always finding a subject matter experts in so many different ways. So now, um, so Katerina, what tell us a little bit more about what is your vision for these tools? Like, how is it that you want them used, on a daily basis, either at work or at home or school or around the world?
the thing is, when I met Slim, he only had a product. He had three different harmonizers. She
Yeah,
had three different rings, and I was so impressed when I saw what those 8 products can do for
yeah,
the world. What we
hmm,
notice is when people are activating the harmonizer, it comes with a CD. It expands the frequency.
right,
So crime rate drops, agricultural purpose increases, plant growth increases, the
right,
tornadoes are diverted,
hmm,
hurricanes are diverted. So we have so many applications. And my vision is that in every larger community, we have a harmonizer to bring more harmony and peace to the world, because that was what Slim's intention was, to bring more harmony and peace to the world. And when
hmm,
we have a clean air, people can think for themselves, because the air
yeah,
pollution just kind of really makes us not thinking straight. You
yeah,
know, I mean,
hmm,
just go in a room that is full of smoke because there was a fire or something. You cannot think. And so,
yeah.
what we want to do is we
I go
want
to
to
LA with the
create,
smog.
yeah, we want to create a light field. And people actually reported that they activated our harmonizer and the smoke dissipated. So it's we can do so many things for
Really, that's interesting. Wow.
protecting you. For like, we have a ring specially for smart meters, and smart meters have a harmful effect on you. So
Hmm.
if you put a ring over the smart meter, this is the size that fits over a smart meter. Oops. So
So, like, am I hearing that right? It fits over a smart meter?
yeah. So when you, what they are doing, because the way they are twisted
Yeah.
is they are neutralizing the magnetic field. So the
Yeah.
electricity still runs, and they can still read from the distance your usage, but the harmful effects are done. And I did that. A friend of mine
Oh,
in
gotcha. For like electrical connectivity. Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
You put it over your router. I have one over my laptop. I have it over my everywhere in my house where there are electrical appliances. I have a ring over. And a
mm,
friend of mine, her house, after the smart meter, on a scale from 1 to 10, the energy was at 3. We put the
yeah.
ring over the smart meter, and the energy went up to 10. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
very powerful. It's
Right?
very powerful.
And it's just instantaneous, isn't it? Wow. So right now, if you're getting a powerful result, if you got a aha moment, mind blown, please put a comment in the chat. Give us some hearts and some likes so that we know that you're there and you're watching. And especially on the replay, we want to hear from you because now I know, Katharina, we were having some trouble with your link, so I'm going to give just a preview link here. You're going to get a link to Katharina's free ebook. What are they going to
Yeah,
get when they click on the link, which will be in the show notes after the show?
exactly. So let me text my assistant. Maybe she can send you the link right
That's okay.
now.
Explain what it is now. Like I'll add it at the end of the show. So,
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
all right. So, and what's in the ebook? What is it? What are they
The
going to learn?
the ebook that they are getting is actually a story about my husband's life and the
Yeah.
first creations, how he came to invent everything, and all the research that they were able to do, because he had access to special laboratories where they tested the ring. This is how they found out this size, for example, is different than this size. And this one has a frequency of 144. This one has a frequency of 177. So we had actually lab tests done when he just started to prove what I'm telling you. You can say, okay, thanks for sharing. But in the book, they actually read about Slim's life and the effect he had on people's life and help them to get well again, because this was his intention to find something for people to heal themselves, so there are no side effects.
Mm-hmm. I know, and that's what's interesting here. Like whenever like I've been working with big pharma for most of my life, 26 years, and so now, whenever you get any sort of a pharmaceutical, you're going to get side effects. These rings, you're getting nothing. You're putting them a ring
Only
around you. You're
beneficial.
fine.
Yeah,
That's
it's
it.
beneficial.
Yeah. So now, uh, definitely click on that link down below once you receive it, and we're going to continue with our show here. So Katharina, let's just shift gears a little bit, talk about what I call the softer side of Seers, get to know you a little bit better. What do you want to do with this long term? And I mean, actually, just tell us a little bit more about first, where did you grow up, and like, how did you grow up?
Okay, so I grew up in Bavaria, Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, the first 4 years of my life, my dad was a gardener at an estate, and it was a
Yeah.
very, very primitive uh, rooms we had, only 2 rooms. Now we had a wood stove, and then we moved. We had electricity, but no running water. That was outside in the hallway.
Right. Uh-huh.
And
Wow.
but it might sound really, oh my God, but my dad was happy, my mom was happy, so we were a happy family nevertheless. And then we moved, and my dad and my granddad built a house, and so I was brought up there. And then I did a office management training, then I did pediatric nurse training, and so I went back to event management, financial management,
Right.
and the healing art. So I gave seminars in helping people to activate their self-healing power. And actually, I did one in Venezuela in 1999, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So teaching people how to apply that work. And then when I met Slim, it was like I fell in love with his products before I even met the man. And I thought, oh my God, I have to go out into the world. And so this is where uh, I always think, where there is a will, there's a way. And so this is what
Yep.
I was thinking, I didn't know that I would fall in love with the man and that we would end up married. I thought,
I
that
know,
was
and
not on my radar. I
it's such
always
a
say
great
I fell
origin
in love.
story. I love
Yeah.
hearing about that. Yeah. So, because like I was just talking with my wife, I can't believe like we just hit 21 years uh, anniversary last month, and you know, it's anybody who's been married a long time will tell you, marriage is precious. It's also a roller coaster ride because you have you have months or years where you have your ups and downs, and you find a way to work it out, and you keep on going, and it's just a fun. It really is just such a fun adventure, and especially with children. I mean, the children really kind of they fill in everything. I mean, honestly, I knew as soon as my son was born, I knew I was born to be a dad. That's my one purpose in
Wow.
life, is to be a
Wow.
great dad. It's like I know that is what I want to be more than anything else. I want to be a really good parent.
Wow.
And
And
so
you
now
did
I have
that.
my son and my daughter, and I do everything I can for them, and
Good.
and it means the world to me.
Yeah.
Um, what about what growing up? Was there any book that really inspired you or help kind of shape the way you think?
I think I was, and I'm still interested in how the mind works. I'm interested in how we as humans act. Why are we
Yeah,
doing what we are doing? And I just a few weeks ago I did attended a conference with Greg Braden and Bruce Lipton and all this. And so I was always learning. I mean, by the time I was 21, I had two professions certified, and then I kept learning, and I always did something to be active. I mean, I'm
right.
73
Hmm.
years old, and I run my company for 21 years, and I incorporated in Germany to have a company there to serve the European market. So I
Yeah.
just want to. I think I'm here. One of my purposes, I think,
Okay.
is to just bring more light to the planet and
Yeah.
just inspire you to do your best, and exactly what you are doing. You have been
Thank you so
married
much. Yeah.
21 years, and I have been in business 21 years.
Oh, fantastic. What about, has there been a film that has really impacted your mindset?
Um, we
Anything that
had
inspired you?
we had a, um, Indian figure. It was Winnetou, and Karl May was the author, and he was writing those Indian stories,
Yeah.
and I was fascinated by that, and I was fascinated by the integrity that he was giving those figures, and I was just like really. I think one of my thing, or Uncle Tom's Hat, I think is it in English, the title. And every time I felt like there's injustice, this was something that was kind of really hard on me. And I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to make this uh, just make more um, that all people live better, not just a few, but that we
Yeah.
all have a good life. Yeah, thank you, Uncle Tom's Hat.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. And who's the author of that? You
Uh,
remember?
Uncle Tom's Hat, I don't know, but the other
Okay.
one was Karl May. And Karl May, he wrote fantastic um,
Karl
stories
May, M-A-I?
like The
Am I saying that right?
Pleasure of the
Hmm.
Silver Lake. And I could just see myself there. I have a big visualization. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's actually, wait a moment, I put in the spelling in here. It's
We'll find it.
actually,
We'll find it. Listen, audience out there,
it's
please comment in the chat because I probably
called
spelled it
my,
wrong.
yeah, it's called
Please
my,
find the correct spelling for me, please. Um,
and
all right, thank you for that. What is your favorite music? What do you love to jam to?
oh, I love music. I love reggae, and I love Andrea Bocelli, and I love
Ah,
uh, uh,
from
some
reggae
of
to Bocelli.
Mozart's pieces, and yeah, if I hear music, you should see me sometimes at home because I just
Yeah,
dance, and I love that. So I
yeah,
love to move.
that's great. That's great. Yeah. So now all of that. What's interesting is, growing up, I used to listen to all the pop 40 music, but then as I got a little older, I got into opera for maybe 10, 20 years. Now I listen to a lot of jazz,
Oh
and it's
yeah, I
like
like jazz
it's
also.
like my tastes have slowly evolved, and I love, to me, jazz is like sort of like calculus is to math. I think music is all great, and now with the jazz, it's like now you hear different equations within the music, and it's just beautiful. It's like poetry in
Uh-huh.
motion.
Yeah.
Um, for like I don't know if anybody likes Coltrane or like a Thelonious Monk or some of the I don't know all the names, but I think it's just great to see.
Keith
Uh,
Jarrett. I used to listen a lot to Keith Jarrett and Coltrane also. So yes.
yeah. All right. All right. So next question for you, and we're going to shift gears to our next segment now. What is your favorite food?
Oh, that is um, that is hard, but because I just like to eat, so
It's
I
okay.
like to eat, and I like to. I prefer to have healthy food.
Yep.
So, and I'm blessed with getting buffalo from my friend in Montana who raises buffaloes.
Really?
So I
So you,
get
you like Buffalo Wild Wings, don't you?
yeah. So I love
Okay,
that.
good.
Um, I'm someone who loves a lot of gravy. So
Okay.
if I go back to Bavaria and I have pork roast, I always say, and it comes with the Bavarian dumplings. Then of course I say I need a
So
lot of
we
gravy.
need you to have a something in between, like a German bratwurst versus like a Texas barbecue. Something in between, right? That's what we're talking about. So
Yeah,
we're gonna have
exactly.
that. Okay, so listen. Hello, a Texas Roadhouse. Yes, we need a combination of all your food plus a German bratwurst and sausages. We want them all in the green room now. Thanks. All right, so that's our my totally real call. For the green room, so you're gonna have plenty of food for you. Make sure you save me some because usually my guests are
Okay,
hungry.
I
They
will.
eat everything.
I'll make sure of that. What is your favorite food?
Will do.
I was actually known for cooking Indian food very well, and this is what my friends in Germany miss the most is that they don't get my Indian food because I used to invite them probably at least every other month for a
Nice,
nice
nice.
Indian dish.
Good.
So
Sounds good. All right. So Rusty, thank you, or thank you, Katerina. We're going to put you in the green room with all the food. Please save me some, and we will bring you back after our next segment. So, while she is in the green room, eating all that yummy food and barbecue, please take a moment to take a look at our sponsors here. Our first sponsor of this week is Talkadot. Talkadot is an amazing CRM and a tool that you can use if you're a coach, an author, a speaker. You put up onto your slide deck, and it creates a QR code, and it tracks the audience is names, emails, phone numbers for you. You can also use it as a CRM to give them a free gift. So there is the link down below, and you definitely want to get the pro version as you expand on that. And on top of that, I'm going to sponsor myself this week because my Blue Talks book, the Blue Talk book, has become an international bestseller and in Barnes and Noble seller. So it's actually in stores in Walmart, it's in Target, and it's in Barnes and Noble on the shelf. So it's really it is changing lives. Make sure you pick one up. But if you use my link down below, I will actually sign it for you and send it to you. So make sure you use my link down below so that way I can sign it out to you. All right. So thanks, folks. And if you want to expand your brand, make sure that you also get a branded statement so that you have something that you can expand with. And here's an example of what we can do for you. When you throw a rock into a lake, what happens? No, there's a splash. You make an impact, and then you get waves. And then you don't know where those waves are going. Those waves are going past around the reeds, and you don't know where that impact is. So all of you out there, when you're on stage, you don't know where your impact is going to end. It's never going to end. All right, all right. Okay, thanks, folks. So in this section of 60-second mind shift, I want to ask you something. Katharina said that a lot of people who are suffering from pain and or suffering from this sort of cloudiness and concentration issues, and they use these rings and it starts to clear things up. Now, imagine for a second, what are some things that we had never tried or never thought about that are actually misguided in our own lives? We have to create a mind shift. don't we? So, for example, I give this analogy like when I do large workshops to 200, 300 corporate execs. Okay, stop signs are red, right? Yep. Green lights are green, right? Yield signs are yellow, right? Nope. Yield signs are white and red, and they've been that way since the 1970s. So what other misconceptions are we putting forward and not healing ourselves or not growing ourselves? That concept of that, you don't know what you don't know is the reason why my clients come to me. And that's why so many have been helped over the years. Thousands of people that have created that black belt mind shift, because I think more than anything else in the martial arts, it's a proven system how to create a black belt mind shift, because that student then can now apply those principles to their business, their life, to their relationships, because every black belt is a servant leader. There's always someone who knows more than you. There's always someone who's learning, who's coming up behind you. So you're always in that continuum of constantly learning and constantly growing. There's what's called the Kaizen philosophy of 1% incremental growth. And when you increase 1% a day, it's surprisingly fast. In 3 months, you're almost at 100%. By the time you get to a year, it's 370% improvement, right? Because it's day after day after day, and it's compounding. So it's not just additive growth; it is compounding growth. I think it was Ben Franklin that said, no, it was Einstein that said that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world, right? Well, if you start to learn with your mindset, you can learn so many different things. So make sure that you grab also, I have a freebie for you as well. Make sure you go to victorymindset.com and you grab our Mindshift class. Oh, there it is, not that one, this one. victorymindsetacademy.com. Make sure you grab that, so that way you get a free fast action course. And that gift will also be in the show notes as well. So now let's bring back Katharina and see if she is stuffed, if she has any more room for any more food. Welcome back, Katharina. How was the food?
It was delicious.
Did you save me any?
Of course. Of course.
Oh, that's good. Okay, that's great.
It was too much for me alone.
Yeah. So, Katharina, one more question before we close off the show. Actually, two questions. All right. First thing is, what did you think about the 60-second mind shift, and what would you add to it?
What I think about the mind shift?
Yeah, about what I just talked about. Yeah.
Well, I mean, of course, we have to shift our mind. Otherwise, we cannot move forward if we want to grow. And for me, I think as long as I want to grow, I have a purpose, and we have to learn, and that means we have to shift our mind constantly.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Katharina. And so everybody else also, remember, everybody starts out small. Everybody starts out with an idea, and Slim and Katharina took their idea and they started changing the world with it and healing people one person at a time. So tell me, if somebody gave you a blank check, what would be your grand vision to change the world?
I definitely would love to. We donated over $40,000 worth of product to the Gulf of Mexico to help with diverting the hurricane and help people there. And I would just love to be able to do more of that in areas where it's needed. We can help with floods, we can help with droughts, and we have so many different applications for our tools, and I would really love to get them out in the world where they are needed in a much larger way than I'm at the moment able to do it.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you so much, Katharina. You've been an amazing guest. I want to give everybody else a ring of the victory bell for being here. Amazing. And this is Coach Raja, and I'll see you on the next show. Believe it and become it. See you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, Kat, three quick questions for you, and we are out of here. What was your, and keep these real brief, what was your favorite part about being on the show today?
Learn about you and share what I have to, that people get a better idea that we have solutions for air pollution, that we have
Mhm.
solutions for smart meters, for protecting from EMF. And
Mhm.
I mean, this ring alone can change your life.
That's
It has,
fantastic. Yeah. Mhm.
there
And
was
and
a gentleman who had heart problems for over 30 years. I gave him a ring, he put it in his shirt pocket, and 2 years later, when
right,
I saw
that's
him
great.
again, he
That's
was
great.
done.
Yeah. Okay. What about what was your biggest takeaway from the show today?
Well, I always love to learn, and to learn more about what you are doing was very inspiring. So thank you for that.
Oh, thank you, thank you. And by the way, you're number 365 on our way to 400 this year. So very, very proud of you. This year we are already two-thirds the way to our goal for this year. So we're at that turning point. And last question for you: would you recommend me to somebody else's stage?
Yes, yes, absolutely, because you have something good to share that can help many other people.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much, and we are out of here. Take care, folks.